fantastic. Fantastic. There we go. Yeah, I look like that, right? I should just look like that, right? Just the options on this thing have changed. Does that look okay? A little yellow. That'll do. Hey, welcome to the show. It's me. Hello, listener. Good thing is that this album that I'm about to release makes sense. I was a little worried that Replicant was going to become this outdated song. All of a sudden, I'd be like, Replicant? What's he talking about? This guy threw off the shackles of Israel. Nope, he didn't. Unless, of course, he's playing, you know, Take the D chess. It's one of my jokes. I went to upload the album yesterday, and I go to check on it while I'm working. Never uploaded him. Took it as a sign that I needed to do one more pass on it before I did upload it. So we're going to be doing that today. I got a lot to cover. Will I, though? Get this coffee going, you know? Sorry about all the phlegm in me. I've been thinking about this. Why is that? I'm not sick. There shouldn't be this much phlegm. I don't eat an abundant amount of dairy. He lied. We'll look into it. Well, I'll have my people look into it. Oh, don't have a thing in your mouth making all this noise. Oh, I'm sorry, audience. I'm sorry, gigantic audience. What are we talking about? So yeah, Trump just kissed the ring. It's weird to know that the most powerful person in the known world is a slave to these people. That's weird. That's hard to wrap your head around. You're like, that's the most powerful man in the world, Donald Trump. And here he is, holding Netanyahu's chair, holding his pocket when he walks around the prison yard, letting him do his laundry. I'll have my wife do it. Maybe my wife and your wife can talk. Netanyahu's like, my wife doesn't talk to your wife. You do the laundry yourself. It's a bad time. It's a bad time. And then he gave him a pager as a gift. What do you think of that? What do you think of him giving Trump a pager, which I used to maim a bunch of people, as a gift. What do you think of that? Held his chair, held his balls, held his pocket as he walked the halls. I thought Trump was the most powerful man in the world, but Netanyahu makes him look like his baby, his little baby. You like it? All right. Whatever. We can handle it. He's playing 40 double D chess. He's playing Khazarian double D chess. You know, I've been thinking about prison lately, since I'll be there soon. For not liking Israel hard enough. You wait. It'll start with me, but it'll end with people like Teeth. What's his name? Teeth Man? Charlie Kirk? Teeth Face. Where is he? I saw a picture of him that was ghoulish. I have it on my phone. Here, I'll find it. But pretty soon they'll be locking up people like Charlie Kirk for not liking Israel enough. It starts with people like me, and no one stands up for me, but it's coming for people like you. First, oh, here he is. This picture. Look at this picture. What a nightmare. Is that real? That's not real, right? Is that real? That can't be real. That can't be real, can it? That's a fake picture, right? I kind of want to drop this into the Photoshop and see what happens if I do a content-aware scale. Just for us. That'll just be a fun thing that we do. But yeah, eventually they'll lock him up too. It starts with people like me. It ends with all of us. It ends with America being a prison colony. Are you excited? Are you excited for tortures that AI came up with? They put sigils on the AI. On the Khazarian-owned AI. They have this Khazarian-owned AI. And they use sigils on it. And it becomes inhabited with demons. And then those demons come up with ways to torture us that not even the most despicable Khazarian could think of. You ready? I'm not. I'm scared. I'm scared. They're probably going to torture Trump in front of us. Because Trump's apparently nothing. Trump's apparently Netanyahu's little bitch, like literally like holding his pocket in a prison yard. That's the best way to describe Trump's relationship to Netanyahu. He's holding his pocket in a prison yard. If you don't like that, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, Trump. I know I should change my settings so that this doesn't glitch me up as much, but why don't you shut up? We got there. We're here. Now let's do the fun thing. And then I'll close it, and then it won't glitch up as much. Content aware scale. I just want to see what happens. Come on. Ready? Oh, gosh. Should I go smaller? It's still not distorting that much. This is horrifying. Charlie Kirk, more like Charlie Jerk. Am I right? Look at this guy. This guy looks like a real jerk. Is that too much? Which one should I tweet? Here, let's go back and we'll try again. Should I do it to the point where it still looks believable? That might be the move. Don't tell them how long it's been since I updated. Does that still look believable? I think any That's a little crazy. Maybe if we go in a little, he's getting too round. I'll go down, then we'll go in a little. That's crazy, right? Is this still Is this still believable? Is this still believable? This is mean-spirited. This is pretty mean-spirited. I'm sorry for doing this. I'm sorry for tweeting this. I'm gonna, though. Feel a little bad. Ah, yes, the news. Look at this hair. Who do you think that is? Oh. Let's get rid of this other person. This is mean. I'm being mean. I could have looked like him. I could have ended up looking like him. This is mean-spirited. Why am I still doing it? I'm like gonna do it. I think the moral of the story is I'm mean-spirited. Did I just export to my phone? No. Okay. Alright, I'm tweeting this. Even though, what the? I thought they shaved their heads. You're telling me that they actually have hair underneath? So what they're doing, yo, that's crazy. That means that they're wearing wigs so that they don't look like they're covering their head. It's another workaround. Orthodox Christian women cover their head. Muslim women cover their head. They're supposed to cover their head, but they cover their head with a wig that looks exactly like their hair, as like a way to still look pretty and still be enticing and feel beautiful. So in other words, in a way to follow the rules but disregard the meaning of the, like the letter of the law instead of the meaning of the law, like a Pharisee. That's crazy. All right. What was I doing anyway? I was about to tweet a mean-spirited picture of Charlie Kirk. Oh, poor guy. Why did I do that? He didn't deserve that. He's a pretty handsome guy if he closes his mouth. You ever see when he scared that lady? On the Jubilee thing? Look, Jubilee. Charlie. I'm sorry. It's the first person. He makes this big smile and she literally jumps. He goes, what, you don't like smiles? There's a black girl. Here it is, this chick. Watch this. Let's watch this. I don't know if it'll work.
Okay, what's your name?
Naima.
Nice to meet you.
Okay, can I just ask, at how many weeks do you think that a fetus is viable?
Well, viability and moral worth are two different things.
No, but I'm asking you, at how many weeks do you think a fetus is viable?
Well, at about 20 weeks, a baby can survive outside of utero.
So it's actually 24 to 26
Well, it's
weeks?
20. The youngest ever in a NICU unit actually happened in San Diego, not far from here, and survived at 20 weeks.
Okay, so under Roe v. Wade, 93% of abortions happened in the first 13 weeks of pregnancy. That's 93% of the abortions happened well before a fetus is technically viable as
sure.
a form
so
of life.
Let's go into viability. So
I'm not getting into it. I don't have the brain for it today. I've already done a lot today. I'm taking creatine. I'm hoping my brain kicks in. If it doesn't, I'm sorry. I'll try and say an abortion thing. I just think that it's crazy how much they fight for this. For their right to murder a child.
So what is it about, let's say, a 6-week baby that has a heartbeat, its own DNA, fingerprint, brain waves, that is less moral worth than an 88-year-old right now with dementia?
Like, if I were a liberal and I had to debate Charlie Kirk and he did the smile that's coming up, based on his smile alone, I would think that I was on the good team.
In a home down the street, that person requires assistance, requires help. Why is it that the 6-week baby is of less moral worth?
Well, first of all, it's not a baby, it's a fetus.
Well, what does fetus mean?
A fetus is in utero.
What does fetus mean in Latin?
What the f***? I'm sorry, is this
It means little human being.
Ugh. The smile is very creepy. Okay.
Smiling is creepy?
No, your smile specifically.
Got it.
But let's go. Very creepy. Okay.
It means little human being.
That's rough. That's a lot. I'm sorry. But look at her face. She's like, oh my gosh. Look. All right. I'm done being mean to Charlie Kirk, but this is working, which is interesting. That doesn't usually happen. Every day my computer's a new computer. I never know what's going to happen. Got a static stream key on Rumble. We're very happy about that. We are of extreme happiness for that truth. Thumbnail sick. Made it in the car on the way here while driving. Didn't even look at the road. Just kind of vibed it out. But then she said, your smile. So she's just being mean. I wouldn't actually be mean to Charlie Kirk. What were we even talking about? So yeah, they're going to lock up people like you soon. Not just me. It starts with me, but it ends with you. And it won't be, there will be no charade eventually. Eventually your subjugation will be known. It will be clear to you. Your role in society as a slave will be known. You won't have the pretense of, oh, we're free. This is a country. All that crap. This is glitching up pretty hard now. I'm bummed out. What do I gotta do? What does one have to do to make things work anymore? Look at this. Look at all this. Is this how it looks on the thing? Stop that. You're being gay. Here, let me move around. Let me see how it looks. Look at all this. Is this how it looks on the thing? It's getting better, or? Stop that. You're being gay. Here. I was talking about the short I made yesterday. You want to see it? Of course you do. Okay, forget it. Here it is. I'll just do it here. Ready?
I'll scroll through YouTube shorts and it'll be like, boom, 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 and then some white guy's just popping and locking all fiercely and zesty as hell, and you're like, what the hell? And it's not even a gay guy. It's just, that's just what white men are doing now, is just flopping around. Ooh, ah, eh. Why don't you learn to fight? How about instead of learning how to dance, you learn to fight? Beat your plowshare into a sword. War's coming, you dumb white. And guess what? You're the target. You're enemy number one. Goy boy. You sitting around popping, locking. Why don't you stop that immediately? You're being a homosexual. I'll scroll through YouTube shorts and it'll be like, boom, 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 and then some white guys.
I know that beat's sick.
they want me to be sad like them. Catch my dip and try to bring me down with them. Can't you hear them whispering destructive thoughts? They believe I'm weak enough I might get caught. What they do not know is what I hear now say. I am weakened, but I will not leave his gaze. I could see you shivering beyond the swaying grass, bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your grasp. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me most love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery, but the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is it something I've been doing that makes them try to encourage me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes. I don't know what I want, but I'll be polite. As long as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for some serendipity. But in my bib and swallow whole everything that I am told. As long as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for some serendipity. But in my bib and swallow whole everything that I am told. Yeah, I know that there's no other way, but that's only what I'd consider fate. I was looking for that light beyond the grass, that empty my mind and release my grasp, intertwined with the icons on the wall. I could see that light from beyond my thoughts, an eternal peace that I dearly need. Will it ever be mine? Will you set me free? I'll sacrifice everything I have if you will only take me back. Will it ever be mine? Will you set me free? Please tell me you don't want that. I'll burn down everything I've done to be a stone in your kingdom. Will it ever be mine? Will you set me free? There is nothing more important.
I'm gonna have to lower the quality of the stream. This is crazy. This is crazy. Yo, it's just getting worse and worse lately with this crap. Is that better? Seems like it might be better.
I think they want me to be sad like them. Yeah, I know that there's no other way, but that's only what I'd consider fate. for that light beyond the grass. I'd empty my mind and release my grasp. Intertwine with the icons on the wall. I could see that light from beyond my thought. An eternal peace that I dearly need. Will it ever be mine? Will you set me free? I'll sacrifice everything I have if you would only take me back. Will it ever be mine? Will you set me free? Please tell me you don't want that. I'll burn down everything I've done to be But my bed won't swallow everything that I am told. As long as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for everything that I am told. As long as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for some serendipity. But my bed won't swallow everything that I am told. Wait for some serendipity, but my bed won't swallow everything that I am told. As long as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for some serendipity, but my bed won't swallow everything that I am told. As long as I'm breathing, I'm free to as long as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for some breathing, I'm free. I'll just sing it again. This is getting ridiculous. As long as I'm breathing, I'm free. As I'm breathing, I'm free. Then I'm free. Wait for some free. Wait for some seven. All right, I'm gonna go crazy. Free to wait for some free to wait for some serendipity. Free to wait to free to free to free to free to as to free to wait for some serendipity, but my bed won't swallow everything that I am told. As long as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for some serendipity, but my bed won't swallow every to wait free to wait for some serendipity, but my bed won't swallow as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for as long as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for some serendip. As long as I'm breathing, I'm free to as long as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for some serendipity. But my bib and swallow whole everything that I am told. As long as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for some serendipity. I am told. As long as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for some serendipity. But my bib and swallow whole everything that I am. I'll sacrifice. Yeah, I know that there's no other way. Is there some? Pick this pound of flesh up off the street. I think they want me to be sad like them. Catch my dip and try to bring me down with them. Can't you hear them whispering destructive thoughts? They believe I'm weak enough I might get caught. What they do not know is what I hear now say. I am weakened, but I will not leave his gaze. I could see you shivering beyond the swaying grass, bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your. I think they want me to be sad like them. Catch my dip and try to bring me down with them. Can't you hear them whispering destructive thoughts? They believe I'm weak enough I might get caught. What they do not know is what I hear now say. I am weakened, but I will not leave his gaze. I could see you shivering beyond the swaying grass, bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your grasp. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me you must love his enemy. All along the way to the monastery, but the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is there something I've been doing that makes them try to encourage me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes. I don't know what I want, but I'll be polite. I think they want me to be sad like them. Catch my dip and rats with this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me you must love his enemy. All along the way to the monastery, but the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is there something I've been doing that makes them try to encourage me? I'm sorry about the glitchiness. I don't know what's going on anymore. This computer's almost 10 years old now.
Man, I got problems. Lowering video bitrate. Probably looks like crap now, right? Why is my CPU overloaded? This is the worst. I don't know if I could decrease frame rate right now. I can lower my output resolution. Dang, I can't do much. Let's just do me in the darkness today. That helped. It's BS, but it helped. Alright, I gotta turn this down so I can hear the sound. Pick this pound of... Pick this pound of flesh up off the street. Telling me there's no reason. The file is fine. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street. Telling me you must love his enemy. But the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is it something I've been doing that makes them try? Don't care.
want in the world beyond my eyes. I don't know what I want, but I'll be polite. Rats with this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me must love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery, but the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is there something I've been doing that makes them try to encourage me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes. I don't know what I want, but I'll be polite. Rats with this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me must love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery, but the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is there something I've been doing that makes them try to encourage me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes. I don't know what I want, but I'll be polite. Rats with this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me must love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery, but the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is there something I've been doing that makes them try to encourage me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes. I don't know what I want, but I'll pick this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me must love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery, got the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is there something I've been doing that makes them try to encourage me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes. I don't know what I want, but I'll be rats with this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me must love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery, but the feeling that
There's barely any noise, but I'm going to have to do a noise reduction because of the way I mastered it. So we'll get in real close. Can't even hear it. Can I turn up like the volume of this thing? I'll just turn it up for a minute, I guess, just to see. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me must love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery, got the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is it something I've been doing that makes some try to encourage me not to lay down and die? Don't look like anything's changed. And now I'm seeing problems with the vocals.
Bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your grasp. With this pound of flesh.
This ain't gonna happen, man. This is why I don't release things, because I get it 99% done and then get caught on some dumb crap that makes me hate the song.
Grasp, bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your grasp. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me should love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery, got a feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is this something that may do? To encourage me not to lay down and die. All I want is a world beyond my mind. Rats, take this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me should love is enemy.
No, we just have to accept the noise. I don't know what else to do.
Rats with this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me must love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery,
This sucks. I'm having a bad time. I'm not happy about this. Oh, got it. Percentage. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street. Telling me must love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery. Got the feeling. Oh my gosh, I'll never finish an album ever if I gotta think about it this much. I'm taking a break.
You tired of listening to music's like the equivalent of eating a mayonnaise sandwich? Why don't you get yourself a big New York sausage hot dog?
Why don't you get yourself a New York hot dog? Why don't you get yourself a hot dog sandwich? Why don't you come on over here?
BlossoMsquidRecords.bandcamp.com. BlossoMsquidRecords.bandcamp.com.
You tired of making bad decisions all your life? Why don't you make one good decision once in your life and buy my freaking music? Why don't you go ahead and go buy my music? Why don't you buy my music? Huh? Why don't you go ahead and go buy my music right now, huh? Buy my stupid music, alright, jerk? What are you, polyamorous? Buy my music. Come buy my music, hey, come on, click the link, go to the sink, take a drink. We got a CDs and tapes of it. Buy that stink, cause you know it's stinky, cause we get funky over here, people. And I ain't no funky monkey, man. Colossal Squid Records, bandcamp.com. Yeah, you can listen to it on iTunes. Yeah, you can listen to it on iTunes. You can listen to it on Rhapsody? Do I look like a swarthy gentleman from the South? Or do I look like a Sicilian scam artist? Hey, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just like you. Hey guys, you want to support my stream? Come on back, buy my music. It's nothing but pressure, and it's no pressure. Just come and do it. Then put it in your boombox and oosh, baka. We about to have a freaking flying carousel, carnival, clowns, people flying around, light up buildings, fluorescent lights, a bing bong, da 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 dang 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 dang. It's a carnival. It's a horse ride. It's some fireworks. Oh, great. Now the white balance is off. What is this? The fight balance? What do you want? A punch? What do you want? Lunch? When you say camera phone, you sound anachronistic. Hey, I'm taking a picture of you with my camera phone because this guy hasn't even bought my music. Hey guys, check this guy out. Apparently this is what it looks like when you don't buy Colossal Squid Records music. Ooh. Ah, you choose to look like this? Don't you know that if you buy my music, it changes your genetic makeup and gives you a better physiognomy? That's a fact. That's not a lie. That's a fact. Why are my hands this color?
Tired of listening to music's like the equivalent of eating a mayonnaise sandwich. Why don't you get yourself a big New York sausage hot dog?
Why don't you get yourself a New York hot dog? Why don't you get yourself a hot dog sandwich? Why don't you come on over here?
GlossonStreetRecords.bandcamp.com. GlossonStreetRecords.bandcamp.com.
You tired of making bad decisions all your life? Why don't you make one good decision once in your life and buy my freaking music? Why don't you go ahead and go buy my music? Why don't you buy my music? Huh? Why don't you go ahead and go buy my music right now, huh? Buy my stupid music, alright, jerk? What are you, polyamorous? Buy my music. Come buy my music, hey, come on, click the link, go to the sink, take a drink. We got a CDs and tapes of it. Buy that stink, cause you know it's stinky, cause we get funky over here, people. And I ain't no funky monkey, man. Colossal Squid Records, bandcamp.com. Yeah, you can listen to it on iTunes. Yeah, you can listen to it on iTunes. You can listen to it on Rhapsody? Do I look like a swarthy gentleman from the South? Or do I look like a Sicilian scam artist? Hey, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just like you. Hey guys, you want to support my stream? Come on back, buy my music. It's nothing but pressure, and it's no pressure. Just come and do it. Then put it in your boombox and oosh, baka. We about to have a freaking flying carousel, carnival, clowns, people flying around, light up buildings, fluorescent lights, a bing bong, da 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 dang 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 dang. It's a carnival. It's a horse ride. It's some fireworks. Oh, great. Now the white balance is off. What is this? The fight balance? What do you want? A punch? What do you want? Lunch? When you say camera phone, you sound anachronistic. Hey, I'm taking a picture of you with my camera phone because this guy hasn't even bought my music. Hey guys, check this guy out. Apparently, this is what it looks like when you don't buy Colossal Squid Records music. Ooh, you choose to look like this? Don't you know that if you buy my music, it changes your genetic makeup and gives you a better physiognomy? That's a fact. That's not a lie. That's a fact. Why are my hands this color?
Tired of listening to music's like the equivalent of eating a mayonnaise sandwich. Why don't you get yourself a big New York sausage hot dog? Why don't you get yourself a New York hot dog? Why don't you get yourself a hot dog sandwich? Why don't you come on over here?
GlossonStreetRecords.bandcamp.com. GlossonStreetRecords.bandcamp.com.
You tired of making bad decisions all your life? Why don't you make one good decision once in your life and buy my freaking music? Why don't you go ahead and go buy my music? Why don't you buy my music? Huh? Why don't you go ahead and go buy my music right now, huh? Buy my stupid music, alright, jerk? What are you, polyamorous? Buy my music. Come buy my music. Hey, come on, click the link, go to the sink, take a drink. We got a CDs and tapes of it. Buy that stink, cause you know it's stinky, cause we get funky over here, people. And I ain't no funky monkey, man. Colossal Squid Records, Bandcamp.com. Yeah, you can listen to it on iTunes. Yeah, you can listen to it on iTunes. You can listen to it on Rhapsody? Do I look like a swarthy gentleman from the South? Or do I look like a Sicilian scam artist? Hey, I'm just keeping it real. I'm just like you. Hey guys, you want to support my stream? Come on back, buy my music. It's nothing but pressure, and it's no pressure. Just come and do it. Then put it in your boombox and oosh, baka. We about to have a freaking flying carousel, carnival, clowns, people flying around, light up buildings, fluorescent lights, a bing bong, da 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 dang 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 dang. It's a carnival. It's a horse ride. It's some fireworks. Oh, great. Now the white balance is off. What is this? The fight balance? What do you want? A punch? What do you want? Lunch? When you say camera phone, you sound anachronistic. Hey, I'm taking a picture of you with my camera phone because this guy hasn't even bought my music. Hey guys, check this guy out. Apparently, this is what it looks like when you don't buy Colossal Squid Records music. Ooh, you choose to look like this. Don't you know that if you buy my music, it changes your genetic makeup and gives you a better physiognomy? That's a fact. That's not a lie. That's a fact. Why are my hands this color?
Tired of listening to music's like the equivalent of eating a mayonnaise sandwich. Why don't you get yourself a big New York sausage hot dog?
Why don't you get yourself a New York hot dog? Why don't you get yourself a hot dog sandwich? Why don't you come on over here?
GlossonSquidRecords.bandcamp.com. GlossonSquidRecords.bandcamp.com.
You tired of making bad decisions all your life? Why don't you make one good decision once in your life and buy my freaking music? Why don't you go ahead and go buy my music? Why don't you buy my music? Huh? Why don't you go ahead and go buy my music right now, huh? Buy my stupid music, alright, jerk? What are you, polyamorous? Buy my music. Come buy my music. Hey, come on, click the link, go to the sink, take a drink. We got a CDs and tapes of it. Buy that stink, cause you know it's stinky, cause we get funky over here, people. And I ain't no funky monkey, man. Colossal Squid Records, Bandcamp.com. Yeah, you can listen to it on iTunes. Yeah, you can listen to it on iTunes. You can listen to it on Rhapsody? Do I look like a swarthy gentleman from the South? Or do I look like a Sicilian
Well, of course. Yo, this is ridiculous. Yo, this show, man. Give me a freaking break with this crap, yo. It's not even accurate. Oh, actually it is. I turned the light off. Sorry, this song's making me really upset. feel like I can't get it. It's making me mad as hell. Let's look at my notes. Rumble needs to stop advertising to old people. You notice that everything Rumble does, it's like watching, like, you know, a television at an 80-year-old's house. And all the ads use the same tactics. What they don't want you to know about this thing, the government's going to be making this illegal soon. Buy it now. This thing is disrupting the industry, and it's all like really weird. I hate it. And it kind of makes it look cheap. It makes Rumble look cheap. And uncool. So if I were you, Rumble, I would consider getting better ads, but I guess all ads suck. Just talking to the coffee lady. After church, Maria and I went and got coffee on Sunday. And I completely fumbled the ball. We have like coffee stands in Alaska. You drive out to the coffee stand and some 16 to 21-year-old girl is half naked, standing on a platform about 4 feet higher than you, leaning out of a window. So you mainly just see her crotch, her belly, and her breasts, which is always uncomfortable. And so I kind of make, like, I don't usually go, actually, but Maria and I thought, oh, yeah, it'd be easy. Let's get some coffee. And not all of them are so bad. I don't like looking up like that to a girl. It's very weird. It's uncomfortable. I don't know why it's so uncomfortable. But, we go to order, and what I usually do is I just don't look at them, or I try and only look at their face, which means I'm craning my neck. I'm like it's almost like they're like, hey, come look at my boobs and my butt, because there's also one where there's a guy working there, and he's not on a platform. There's one where there's a guy working, he's not on a platform, he's regular. But the girls, it's like, and there's some where they like wear bikinis and stuff. Anyway, not this one. This one was normal. Girl was normal, but he craned to stare at their neck. I mean, at their head, stare at their neck. So that he could talk to them without being a creep. Without being a 41-year-old creepazoid. You just feel like a creep even going there. You know, it wouldn't be so bad if the window was at window height and if they were at person height. Why do they have to be above you? Why is the window? Why do they have to bend down? It's like, who came up with this? I'm drinking, by the way. I'm hoping that I can clear my throat and nostrils out so I can try and sing this. I'm also gonna suck on another one of these. What are we talking about? So I completely talked wrong. Maria, what did I say to that girl? I was like, I'm good, how are you? And I was like, no, say hi out loud. And then I burst out laughing. And she just stared at me the whole time. So she goes, hi, what can I get you? And I said, good, I'm good, how are you? Then I was like, oh, wait, no, say hi. And I was like, and then, Maria just said a non-retarded bitch would have probably just laughed as well, but this girl just looked at me. Maria hates that girl. She was bad and I'm good. Anyway, so then I just bust out laughing because like I was fumbling over my words so badly. And she just stood there looking at me. So. Why don't we eat owl meat? Has anybody ever like, hey, do you guys have owl? I could really go for some owl. Nobody eats owl. I would like to try some owl. Okay. I was driving around with my brother near his house and there was a homeless person walking down the street and he goes, that's one of our neighbors that lives in the woods in a tent. Very forward thinking. Forward thinking? No, very enlightened thinking. Enlightened mindset. We don't have good content. The closest we get is content highlighting how bad all the bad content is. Okay. I'm gonna get through my notes while I'm sucking on this Ricola. Oh, that was all of them. Jeez. I had some stuff on Twitter. Want to go through that? I can't suck on things. I always have to chew on them. I don't have the patience for that crap. Also, sucking's gay. You know? Also, I don't suck. All right. That was mean. Okay. Bookmarks. Oh, this person. Somebody said we need to get rid of them all. Of the mall. And I said, keep them all, deport the blacks. Why do we have to stop having nice things just because they can't be trusted? And you may say, oh, what the heck, dude? Don't you love blacks? And yes, I do. I love the blacks. I love them so much I want them to get away from me. And I never want to see them ever again. But it's a type of love that, it's a complicated love, but it is love. And then somebody responded, somebody named Joan. Don't bully her. She posted this. And it was like a picture of white guys hanging out in a trashed room. One of them had no shoes on. And then quoted, deport the blacks. And I didn't know what to say to that because I didn't understand, like, okay. Like, what? I don't care about that. I don't care what you've done here. It's not an argument. It's not accurate. It's not interesting. So I just didn't respond. And then somebody else did. And then they started getting in a fight. Somebody said, I'd prefer they turn to fertilizer and save on shipping costs. That's not what I would have said. What I was going to do was take a close-up of her nose and then show it to her, but that's really mean. So I stopped myself from doing a mean thing, unlike with the Charlie Kirk thing. I stopped myself. And then she said that my mouth don't work no more. That makes you a mass murderer, genocidal advocate then, despite how people like you like to pretend like you are much more civilized than us darkies. I like that she called herself a darky. And then somebody said, organized liquidation of a lesser species is very civilized. This person's crazy. This is a conversation. I'm glad I bowed out. I'm glad I did not engage. And then this lady said, LOL, black people and white people belong to the same species, dumb. Aw. She's sweet. And then this guy named Tony, who isn't me, I promise. There's multiple Tonys. One of them's a Chinese guy who's been getting big for weird ads. He said, doesn't look like that. And then this, the lady, the black lady, she looks like this. She looks like she might be a kid. Said, looks like you are a dimwit. And then Tony said, you are a N-word. And I don't say that word. The only N-word I say is no to saying the N-word. And then she said, one who understands basic definitions, unlike a certain so-called superior individual. And I just thought, this girl's a sweetheart. She's nicer than us. You know? Yeah, she came with a dumb meme, but who cares? She was a lot more civil. And she came from like a very basic approach, like just like, at least I know what I'm talking about. And you could just see her like not even that mad, but sincere. You know what I mean? That's the only reason I bookmarked this, is because I just thought, aw. I literally said, aw. A little sweetheart. So. I don't know. So I'll unbookmark that now. Anyway, I don't really want to live with black people anymore. If I had a choice, I have an idea for society, and it would solve the racial issue completely. Genocide. No, I'm kidding. I'm calling it sinners concentric monarchy. And what it is a monarchy with concentric circles of behavior. Here, I think I said something on a thing. Sinners concentric monarchy. That's my idea. Because we live in a society now that rewards bad behavior. It rewards liars, cheaters, and thieves. If you're willing to lie, if you're unscrupulous, and you don't care about doing bad things, then you can make a lot of money charging usury, lying on your taxes, finding legal loopholes. It makes people who are rich get richer, and they get richer by being unscrupulous and not caring who they screw over. Selling some bogus thing, whatever. It rewards bad behavior. We live in a country. Maybe I could just play this. That'd be easier than holding up a thing. Oh. Is it this?
I just realized, why don't we sue prisons? First off, and also because a lot of them are private, why don't we definitely sue private prisons? But we should be able to sue them all. If a prisoner under the care of a corporation prison or of a state prison or a federal prison is raped, he should be able to sue the state or the country or the corporation. I just realized, why don't we...
You ever thought about that? I kind of want to look that up for a second. Getting off topic, but let's look it up for a second. Can you sue a prison? A prison. If someone gets raped while under the detention of a prison, can that person sue the prison? Think about that.
Sinners concentric monarchy. That's my idea.
Hold on, we'll get back to that. No, this hasn't happened to me, but I think about it all the time. I think most people do, because that's like what we have to deal with in this country. In this country, if you make a mistake, you get locked up with the worst people in the country, and they rape you, right? That's what happens. Or you fight for your life until they stop trying to rape you. But then every time a new person comes in, you have to like reestablish, no raping me, I'll fight. So it's always there because it's cruel and unusual punishment to begin with. And we have federal, state, and we have private prisons. So there's corporations making money off of you getting butt raped because you jaywalked. Okay, I'm being extreme, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Let's say you tried to help a rabbi change his tire. Let's say you saw a rabbi on the side of the road and you just got off a mountain because you're praying on a mountain, and you came down the mountain and saw a rabbi changing his tire, or you saw a rabbi broken down and you said, hey, do you need help? And he responded by going, what do you want from me? And then calling the cops, and then the cops came and arrested you, and then all of a sudden you're in jail. Let's say that happens, right? You just got butt raped for trying to help a rabbi. That seems like a bad system, you know? Or let's say you are like, okay, let's say you're, well, drug dealers are pretty bad. Let's say you're a dumb white, right? And you got handed a bad streak of things. And now you're out there. Now what? Now I'll tell you what. Now you're over there hooked on fent, right? And then the cops scoop you up because you tried to rob a 5 and dime to get your fent. Now you're locked up with a guy who's in there for murder and rape, right? I don't know. It just seems like it seems crazy. Like, and And it shouldn't be that, oh, if you F up in our society, you have to go to prison where you have to fight for your life. Like me, I'm an anti-Semite, right? Quote unquote. They're going to lock me up with a bunch of gang members and creeps. And then I'm going to have to fight for my life to preserve my bottom. I'm going to spend the rest of my life fighting for my bottom. You can't have my bottom. That's my bottom. You know what I mean? It's going to be the rest of my life. I'm going to do that. So that's coming. Soon, I'm going to have to fight to keep my bottom. That's my bottom. It's not for you. You know? I'm going to have to do that the rest of my life. Because I call it like I see it when it comes to Israel. Because I calls it like I sees it, now I got to get butt raped? I don't think so, bud. But I think that's always there, you know? And that's part of multiculturalism. You know? I don't think that would have happened nearly as much if we lived in a white society where you go to prison with a bunch of whites. But what happens is you go to prison with a bunch of blacks. And they making noise at you as you walk by. Ooh, fresh meat. I'm gonna have that anus, boy. Saying creepy things. And then, what's that thing called where they, like, strong-arm you? They're like, I'll protect you. Like, they do a protection racket. I'll protect you from all the mean fellas here. All you have to do is all you have to do is eat my butt with syrup. They do that. So, like, that's what we have to deal with as whites in America, is, like, getting locked up with crazy, violent black rapists. So it's like the threat of that really keeps you in line. And I think that's, like, part of the reason whites don't get out of pocket is because it's a lose-lose situation. If a white gets out of pocket and stands up for himself and gets thrown in jail, then now he's in jail with a bunch of black people that hate him and also want to rape him. And that's just true. That's just what we have as a society. That's what happens. You know what I mean? It's like kind of really ups the ante. It's like step out of line even a little bit and we will destroy your life. Makes you not want to step out of line at all. But if you're under the care of a prison and that happens to you, you should be allowed to sue. Just because I'm being punished for my crimes by being locked away from society doesn't mean I should be the plaything of the world's most terrible people. I'm not talking about blacks right now. That's just coincidence that many of them are black. Well, not coincidence. But some of them aren't black. Some of them are white. Most of them are black. A good portion are Mexicans. That's the makeup of this country. No Asians. You don't get locked up with an Asian, and if you do, he doesn't try and rape you. You don't get locked up and you're bunkmates with a Japanese guy, and he's like, let me see that butt, boy. That will never happen. That will never ever happen. Some things just won't happen, and that's one of those things. You know what I mean? So I was thinking, after the Great Reset, after we're all dregs and we have to build a new society, I don't know, maybe it's the end of the world and maybe it's just going to be we're all, you know, goy slaves till Christ returns. That might be it. It might be that. That's what the song Gucci Temple Vibes is about. I don't know if y'all pay attention to these lyrics, but they're brilliant. It's okay if you don't, but they are brilliant. Sorry, I'm trying to make it so I don't look at myself. Give me a second. There we go. Now I'll look at you. But I also want to keep an eye on my screen. Disgusting. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? You tortoise? Oh yeah, that's what Gucci Temple Vibes is about. It's about the Antichrist, the age of it's about Seraphim Rose. The song is about orthodoxy and the religion of the future, which they're working on right now, and how it will usher in the Antichrist, and how the Antichrist will then banish people like me from society. The final lines of the album are no mark on my hand or my head, banished from the great metropolis, nothing but a prayer to shield my kids from the snow of ashes falling. Because they're brilliant, because I'm a brilliant lyricist and musician. I'm a brilliant musician. I'm the best musician. It's fine. Anyway, so let's say it's not that. Let's say we get a chance to reset and we get a chance to like do things right in this country. I have this idea called a concentric monarchy, and here's what it is. Because we live Sinners Concentric Monarchy. That's my idea. I call it Sinners Concentric Monarchy, and maybe that's a dumb name, and maybe I'm dumb, but you know. And the reason I call it Sinners Concentric Monarchy is it's like Plato's Republic, and I'm also a genius. Because we live in a society now that rewards bad behavior. It rewards liars, cheaters, and thieves. If you're willing to lie, if you're unscrupulous, and you don't care about doing bad things, then you can make a lot of money charging usury, lying on your taxes, finding legal loopholes. It makes people who are rich get richer, and they get richer by being unscrupulous and not caring who they screw over. Selling some bogus thing, you know, whatever. It rewards bad behavior. We live in a country, in a society that rewards bad behavior. At the same time, if a drag slips up in the slightest bit, he gets thrown in prison with animals. It goes from 0 to nightmare. And he can be raped and just turned into like some prison, you know, imagine Moby in prison, you know, it just turns into, he's just shark bait, right? So think about that. Now here. Society should be set up as a series of concentric circles and a series of deportations, and your behavior should dictate where you're allowed to exist. Because people like me should exist around people like me. Intellectuals, maybe kind of swarthy, kind of intense people, but focused on the right things, focused on goodness and doing their best, you know? And if you have a series of concentric circles, if you have of deportations, then if you're bad behavior, if you break the law, you go a level down. Okay, you don't like the laws up here? Okay, you'll go to a place that's a little more lawless. And then you go live in lawless land. And maybe that works for you. It's a little more lawless. There's some laws, but, you know, not as much. More corruption, stuff like that. But maybe that's more your speed. You break the law there, you go to some place that's even more lawless. And you end up at the level that you are comfortable in. Oh, you want to live like an animal? Okay, now you're at the furthest circle. You're in the outer wilds. Now you live there. Now you're an animal.
Now you live like an animal. Oh, you raped a man in jail? Well, now you're an animal. You're in the outer wilds. You know what I mean? And so what this would create is this sort of concentric monarchy where your level of behavior determines where you are in society. And I think, oddly, this would make people happy. Like if somebody likes a little bit of being a piece of garbage, then they can be a little bit of a piece of garbage in a little bit of a piece of garbage land. But if people don't want that, it shouldn't be reserved for the filthy rich who sin and lie and cheat and steal to get where they are, the nice places, the good place. They shouldn't, the nicest places shouldn't be reserved for the least scrupulous. It should be reserved for the nicest people. And any society that isn't set up like that is BS. It's BS. It's not a real society. It's
Not necessarily nice, but most honorable. People with character. Niceness doesn't necessarily. What is Shell Infrastructure host, and can I end the task or will everything go bad? Hold on. Shell Infrastructure host high CPU. I'm going to end it and see what happens. It'll become unstable. All right, fine.
not a real society. And I think this is similar to the kingdom of God. The kingdom of God, I think, will be set up in a similar way. Whereas someone like, and that's what hell is. Hell will be the outer wilds. Oh, you want to live like an animal? You want to be horrible? Well, now you're in the outer darkness with all the other people that want to be horrible. And so now you have nobody to be horrible to except yourselves. That's hell. Whereas you want to do nothing but love and forgive, and your every moment is dedicated to compassion and create and service, well, then you're at the highest. What did Christ say? The least, if you want to be the greatest in my kingdom, become the servant of all. I'm telling you, this is what heaven's going to be. I'm sorry for speaking out of turn, but that's what heaven's going to be. Heaven is going to be a concentric kingdom, a concentric monarchy, a series of concentric circles, whereas the greatest of us will dwell with the seraphim and the Theotokos, and the least of us will dwell in the outer darkness. And there might be levels to it. I could see there being levels to it, like Dante's Inferno. Because once money's taken out of the equation, and once money and death and scarcity are taken out of the equation, then all you have is an eternal reflection of what you were in this life. I think that's it. I think that's true. I think that's true. But anyway, it should be done now. America should become a Christian concentric monarchy where we have a series of deportations. And the more lawless you are, the further you are from the goodness of society. The better you are, the closer you are to the goodness of society. The more you get to enjoy the best parts of society.
calling it Sinners Monarchy. Sinners Concentric Monarchy. Like Plato's Republic. This is how it should be, I think. And we have enough land now that we're going to take Canada and Greenland. We can designate certain areas, you know. But it could literally be set up as like almost circles, you know. A little circle jerkle. Sinners Concentric Monarchy. That's my idea. Because we live in a society now that... What do you guys think? What do you guys think of my idea? It'd be like you would take... If you, instead of just like this two-tiered thing, it'd be like, you know... It'd be like... You know... This... Right here, you'd have the king, right? I'm at risk of drawing a booby right now. I'm at serious risk of drawing a booby right now, so I got to be careful. But at the very least, we have a nipple. But it could be a male nipple, so it's not illegal. Though I think they should be illegal too. I don't want to see anybody's nipples. Well, that's not true. I want to see women's nipples, but let me just stop talking. So, the king, right? We'll put a K. And then his outer circle, right? His inner circle. And this is whatever. I haven't thought about this a lot, right? But this is like the highest echelon of the monarchy, right? And it's reserved for people of character. It's not reserved for the rich or anything like that. It's reserved for people of character, right? Or something. But if you transgress the law of this world, you just go back one. Because maybe you're just not built for it. It's not the end of the world. You can't be this good. But maybe you can be this good, right? And this is like better than me right here. This is better than I am. You know, this is like Japan right here. And you go, you know, I can't do a Japan thing. I'm too much of a beast. So then I go to this. They kick me out, and you kind of fall to the level of your character, or rise to the level of your character. There's probably some process to rise, though I imagine it'd be a lot harder. And if you're like and basically each of these levels have corresponding laws. You know, they have like corresponding laws. So what you end up at instead of hell is a place that works with the type of person you are. You're like, oh, you're kind of like a piece of garbage, huh? You like screwing people over? Well, guess what? You get to live with the people that screw people over and like to lie and cheat and steal. Have fun. Have fun in that. You have no contact with us. You are outside. You're, as far as we're concerned, you're in prison. As far as you're concerned, you can go much further. Oh, you like to kill? You like to kill people? Or you like to cause things that kill people? Well, now you're out there. And you got your thieves, your murderers, your rapists, whatever. And then outside of that is the outer wilds. That's for the real beasts. For the people that can't even hang out with the criminals. They go to the outer wilds, right? I think this would work. I think it makes sense. I think it's how heaven will be. I think it's how the eschaton will be. That's what I imagine. Obviously, that's just my thoughts. That's just me out here with my thoughts. But, you know. What you end up doing is you actually end up pretty comfortable, I think. Even the pieces of garbage amongst us, myself included. We end up comfortable because we live in a place where, okay, that's not acceptable here. Your behavior is not acceptable here. But that same behavior is acceptable here. So you can't interact with this. You have no place amongst this. But you can interact with this because this is your place. And you've shown that this is your place with your actions. You know? And you could debate 3 strikes, 1 strike, whatever it is. But you could literally set up a society like this. And it could be the greatest society in the history of the world. And I know I'd probably be out here. Maybe out here. I'm not a murderer. But I would dream of this. And I would look up to it. And so even those outside of the great city would still be able to see it. Admire it. And aspire to be there. And there should be some way to prove yourself, you know? And honestly, with AI and with modern, you know, with the way things are going, we could just freaking monitor people and be like, oh, you're a piece of garbage. Okay, you belong in piece of garbage world.
Up off the street, telling me most love is enemy. Telling me most love is enemy. Rats with this grass, bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your grass. Hook up. With this pound of flesh, I was in your grass. With this pound, I was in your grass. With this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me should love is enemy. All along in your grass. With this pound of flesh up off the street, thirsty, wishing I was in your grasp. Take this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me should love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery, get the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Was there something that I did that made you try? Doing the
I think that might be the sound.
your grasp this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me should love is enemy. Love is enemy.
Why would that be so much different? Oh, I'm singing way quieter.
I was in your grass. With this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me should love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery, but the feeling that I'm not the man you see.
How about that?
Was in grass. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street. Telling me should love his enemy. Is this something I've been doing that makes them try to encourage me not to get the feeling that I'm not the man you see?
I think further away or
Grass,
closer.
bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your grasp. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street. Telling me should love his enemy. All alone the way to the monastery. Got the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Something I've been doing that makes them try. Grasp this pound of flesh up off the street. Telling me should love his enemy. All alone the way to the monastery. Got the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is this something I've been doing that makes them try to encourage me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes. All alone the way to the monastery. Got the feeling that I'm not all alone.
I don't know what the difference is.
Rats, pick this pound of flesh up off the street. Rats, pick this pound of.
Part of me thinks I should turn off the air.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, I've turned off the air.
What was I thinking? Now what will I breathe? Guys.
Wishing I was in your grasp. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street. Telling me should love his enemy. All along the way to the monastery. Got the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Was there something I was doing that made you try to convince me not to lay down and die? All I want is a world is on my eyes. Rats, pick this pound of flesh up off the street. Telling me should love his enemy. All alone the way to the monastery.
Do you hear the difference there? So much. Oh gosh! I pressed instrument.
Grass, bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your grasp. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street. Telling me should love his enemy. All alone the way to the monastery. Got a feeling that I'm not the man you see. Was there something I was doing that made you try to convince me not to lay down and bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your grasp. Take this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me should love is enemy. You hear the difference? All alone the way to the monastery. Got a feeling that I'm not the man you see. Was it something I was doing that made you try to convince me not to lay down and die?
I mean, I can recreate that. I'm obviously singing it better. I can muffle this.
Grass, bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your grasp. Take this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me should love is enemy. All alone the way to the monastery. Got a feeling that I'm not the man you see. Was it something I was doing that made you try to encourage me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes.
It's not horrible. Let me try one other thing.
On the swaying grass, bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your grasp. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me should love is enemy. All alone the way to the monastery. Got the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Was it something I was doing that made you try to convince me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes. I don't know what I want, but I'll be polite. In grass, bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your grasp. Take this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me should love is enemy. All alone the way to the monastery. Got the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is it something I've been doing that makes them try?
Now what about here?
Yeah, I know that there's no other way.
That sounds more like this, doesn't it?
Grass, bloodthirsty rats. Take this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me should love is enemy. All alone the way to the monastery. Got a feeling that I'm not the man you see. Was it something I was doing that made you try to convince me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes. I don't know what I want, but I'll be polite. Yeah, I know that there's no other way. Hollywood I'd consider fate. Thirsty wishing I was in your grasp. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street. Telling me should love is enemy. All alone the way to the monastery. Got a feeling that I'm not the man you see.
I'm just gonna sing it regular and not think about this.
You shivering beyond the swaying grass, bloodthirsty wishing I was in your grasp. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street. Telling me should love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery. Got the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is there something I was doing that made you try to encourage me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes. I don't know what I want, but I'll be polite.
I think that's okay.
Grasp this pound of flesh up off the street. Telling me should love is enemy. All along the way to the monastery. Got the man you see. Is there something I was doing that made you try to encourage me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes. I don't know what I want, but I'll be polite. There's only some breathing, I'm free to wait for some serendipity. But in my bed and swallow whole everything that I am told. There's only some breathing, I'm free to wait for some serendipity.
This is why I never release anything. It's unbearable. It's unbearable.
This $39 TV antenna is taking the world by storm. And here are 5 reasons why this TV antenna has been a total game changer for me. Reason 1, no monthly bills. Once you set it up, that's it. No contracts, no recurring fees. I've saved hundreds of dollars since I started using it. Reason 2, easy to set up. I'm no tech expert, but all it took was plugging it into my TV and following a
Boomer ads. Okay, so clearly there's some sort of glitch happening with some program. Is it this program? Is it the new NVIDIA broadcast? It wasn't. And now I'm in a pickle. Now I'm in a bit of a pickle. There's something. Some bad. Some using up a lot of my memory and a lot of my CPU. Well, a little bit of my memory and a lot of my CPU. More than anything else.
As long as I'm breathing, I'm free to wait for some serendipity. But in my bib and swallow whole everything that I am told. As long as I'm breathing, I could see you shivering beyond the swaying grass, bloodthirsty, wishing I was in your grasp. Pick this pound of flesh up off the street, telling me should love is enemy. Monastery, got the feeling that I'm not the man you see. Is there something I was doing that made you try to encourage me not to lay down and die? All I want in the world beyond my eyes. I don't know what I want, but I grasp. Telling me you must love is enemy.
Yo, this stream is going so horribly. I can't even believe it. I'm really upset, actually. There's so much I've been trying to accomplish. I'm not accomplishing anything, and everything's glitching up on me. What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna close live, see if that helps with the shell infrastructure thing.